Big Bear AI is up about 5.5% today as we started the day huge in the green at market open. Our portfolio's up about 4.2%, and to start the day, it's funny, we actually shorted the semiconductor market, and there was a slight overbought moment right at market open where everything was ultra green, and we thought it was too much, so we ended up trading it. We took advantage of a slight recovery on SOXS, made some money there, and then just got back into some of our other long green positions. But as you can see here, there is this trend with Big Bear. It's really starting to validate this rising support. Some people look at it and they say, it's just because the market's up. It's just because the whole market saw a green day. That's the only reason why BBAI or CTM is up 6% as well. And the reality is, it's couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, we saw Big Bear up even when the market was down. We've seen it down when the market's up. It's true that most stocks are green today, but there's real reasons why Big Bear could be moving in the direction it's going as well. As you can see, there is this overall trend. We got these couple drawings here to look at. But it's starting to approach this 200-day moving average. So you can see this 200-day moving average right here. We know that it was just really hovering under $1 before surging to $10.50 at the beginning of the year. And then it sold down to about $2.30 at one point here before double bouncing and also starting to push up above the EMA. Now, looking a little overextended, there's a few ways this plays out. Either we see a breakout here and we start to get really good indication that Big Bear is going to break out. It's funny, at one point, we were up thousands of dollars. Then at one point, we were down not thousands, but hundreds. And now it's up today perfectly even with where our position entry is there. And we continue to buy more. But as you can see, Big Bear, in this trend, this recent kind of sell-off that we've seen since March, it's starting to, come up to get to this resistance and sell off. And then it's finding this lowering support. You guys see these levels. And when it pushes above this EMA, it becomes bullish most times. We've seen that. And recently, it did break above that blue line, that EMA, starting to look more bullish. It's possible we see it push up even further up into this $2.85 range. But and we already saw that today, and then we started to see this rejection. So the question is, are we going to see the overall continuation, this new market cap price in, and start to see it still keep some of these levels up here in this $5 to $7 range? Or, are we going to see it get rejected here, maybe sell back down and continue this downtrend? I would imagine that we're going to have to watch this level. It's a key level because if it breaks above this $2.80 range, now we're getting above this resistance here that we've seen it get rejected. And then we're starting to say, oh, maybe we start to get back into previous levels. And right now it's at a level where it's at a resistance, obviously, this that we just mapped out, but it's also this previous support here. See this level at which it's bounced quite often and consolidated through, and it just got rejected right there. So what we want to watch here is to see, even though the RSI is looking overbought, right, more like a sell, indicating a sell, the near term looks that way. But as we kind of back up and we take a step back, start to see this level, it's still looking like, whoa, look at that huge push up. And then we're starting to see this green, and the RSI may be starting to gain momentum on the longer term, which could be really good. So if we start to see it break above this 200-day moving average, really above $2.90 somewhere in here, that would be really good for the direction of Big Bear AI to potentially continue up. So we'll see how it does, and we'll be watching it closely throughout the day today. If you guys have a position in Big Bear AI, let me know. But this is what I'm watching, the 200-day moving average and this resistance. Do we see it break above here? That's the technicals. When it comes down to Big Bear AI, there's a few things to note. They have institutional holdings from some of the biggest companies in the world. Go to the first one, you got Bank of America, but you got BlackRock, you got Vanguard, you got State Street, Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab, I was just on the phone with them this morning because I've been moving recently quite a bit. We lived in Miami for a little bit. Then we lived in Argentina, where my wife Tammy is from. Then we moved back to California, which is where we're living right now. And then right now we're in Hawaii. But anyway, we've been traveling a lot. We've been moving. And apparently I changed my address. And Charles Schwab was like, you changed your address and you didn't respond. So they froze my account. Kind of crazy. It's actually at a poor time because I was literally in the middle of a trade. And anyway, but it's okay. It's actually recovered. So, and I got on the phone today. I actually spoke to a real person. That's something that's nice about having Charles Schwab, a real person that helped me out with the Roth IRA and got it squared away. But anyway, when it comes to the investors in Big Bear, you could see that they have Charles Schwab. They got Goldman Sachs, a lot of big investors there. And I personally have been watching them closely because I've been traveling and I've been seeing them at airports and getting my face scanned by their tech. So if you're not familiar, they have a lot of tremendous technology related to basically being able to monitor large data sets and different areas, specifically in Border Patrol, maybe even at seaports, as they have a contract with Naval Seaport, as well as CTM. Castellum Inc. has a contract with them as well. So getting some of the same contracts as Big Bear. So CTM is one we're watching. We're up 6% today, I believe, as well over on CTM. And they're really small market cap. That's an interesting one. But anyway, they are building solutions similar to that of Palantir. They have a partnership with Palantir as well. And you could see that they are getting contracts related to the defense contracts, Department of Defense. They got Army contracts, military, but they also have the contracts with the airports as well. So take a look at some of the recent news. I didn't see anything today, but a couple days ago, they announced their earnings. They got the Department of Defense contract that they got just last month. And overall, they've seen some good news. The financials, we see steady revenue increases. If you take a look at BBAI, see here, not BBAI. Let's see. Why is that not working? There we go. Under $1 billion market cap. At one point, they got over $1 billion. But just take a look at the revenue. Quarter over quarter, really seeing revenue increase. It's up 8% year over year. They paid down a bunch of debt, cut that out in the last quarter, and that's why their net income's looking negative. So I'm expecting some good earnings coming up. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I'm really liking to see their tech be involved. I know that they have some news of different class actions against them for having some discrepancies in how they reported their earnings recently. But if you look at all these articles and you really look at, it's a classic lawyer will get you money for a simple reporting error that can be fixed quite easily by the company and is not something that really any investors should worry about. I mean, I'm seeing their real world tech. I don't think that there's any thing odd. Even the fact that they have class actions is really not odd, as those types of lawsuits happen all the time. And you can see all the different ones saying, call us. Have you lost money in Big Bear recently? Call us. It's always happening. You can see it with Tesla stock. You could see it with Apple stock or any stock, and it happens quite often. So I wouldn't worry about that. But when it comes to them, they're being compared to other big AI companies, from Palantir to SoundHound to definitely going to be a Palantir comparison. But I really like to compare them to CTM. I think CTM's like way smaller and kind of looking at the same contracts. They just got the Oasis Plus. So we'll be watching that as well. But anyway, guys, that's going to be one we'll watch. If any opportunities present themselves at market open, we'll be there. If you guys want to join us, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day at market open in StockMate, we go live there. You can see my entries and my exits, and it's that second link in the description to watch me trade live. Thanks so much for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.